Hello everybody and welcome back to my very exclusive and very world-renowned series of videos entitled The Secrets of Clash Royale Revealed. So today, in our first lesson in this series, I'm going to be explaining to you the secrets of the numbers. Now I don't know if you've noticed this, but actually there are several numbers that float around in the series of Clash Royale. So if you're playing the game of Clash Royale, the first number you might notice, although it did take me some time to notice this number, the first number you might notice is that along the bottom of your screen is a little number which is next to a purple bar. Now this number is a very secretive number that not many people know about. Now this number is called the elixir bar, and the elixir bar goes all the way up to 10, and it sometimes goes down as well. It goes down to 0, and this is a very big secret because for many weeks actually I was wondering what these funny numbers were doing, and actually very secretively, it's a very clever secret. This is actually a bar that shows you how much elixir you have left. And the elixir is the thing that you can use to send your little card people off to battle. So obviously, if you only have one elixir left, you can only use a card with a 1 number on it. Now, if you look at your cards, there's also a little very secretive number. It's a very secretive number, this one. On the top of the card, there's a little number in a purple sort of squiggly thing, a little purple circle. Now this card number is the elixirs for that card, and this is a very big secret actually, so not many people know this about Clash Royale. So I hope you appreciate the fact that I'm giving you very confidential and secretive information, because if you look, for example, on my little electrolytes, now we have my electrolyte here, and my electrolyte has 1 elixir bar number. So this little number 1 at the top is actually a signal to me that if in my elixir bar there is just 1 little thing left, little bit of elixirs left, I can send the electrolyte off to battle. Isn't that incredible? Now, it took me many weeks to find this out because it's a very well kept secret. So I hope you realise this. So when you next get your card game out and you're going to get your telephone or on your iPad or on your computer and you're going to play a game of Clash Royale, it's very important that you look for the little purple numbers, because the purple numbers signify various things that are very secretive. So, for example, the giant might, perhaps, I can't remember exactly how many, but let's say the giant has 7 elixirs, or maybe 6 elixirs. So the giant would have some elixirs, as you can see, and his elixirs would go down. So you have maybe 10 elixirs in your elixirs bar, and then you put your giant into battle, and all of a sudden you will see that the bar goes down, incredibly, by the same number that it is on the card, which is very secretive information. So I do hope you appreciate the fact that I'm telling you this secretive information and that you won't go telling anybody else, because this is a very big secret. It's very confidential about those numbers. Now, they're the first numbers we've talked at. And also, there is also another very strange number in the game of Clash Royale. Now, this number is the number that is floating above the little characters' heads while they're in battle. Not many people, it took me actually 3 weeks to even notice that they had bars over their heads, the little character people. And they have these little bars over their heads. And it's very strange because they have a little bar over their head and they have a little number. Now, are you ready? I'm going to tell you very big secrets about this number. This number is actually, it's actually the level of the card. It really is. It's not even joke. So you might have, for example, a Valkyrie. Let's say Valkyrie. You might have a Valkyrie, and she might have like a number 3 above her head, and then this number 3 will float around with her during the battle. Very strangely, this number 3 will float around with her, and every time she's moving, she's got this number 3 above her head, and that is because she's a level 3 Valkyrie. So that's incredible. It's a very big secret, really. It took me many weeks to find out this. I'll tell you, you're very lucky to be told so early in your career of Clash Royale. So this number that floats around above the characters' heads is the level they're on. And what you can do during the game, if you're very clever, when you've played several games, you can actually do a thing, a very strange thing called, you're going to be amazed by this, you can upgrade the Valkyrie or any other card, actually any card at all, like even if you have like a skeleton, let's say you have a giant skeleton thing and it's maybe a level 2 giant skeleton thing, you can upgrade it. You get given special cards and you can do an upgrade of your giant skeleton. And then, do you know what? Guess what? Yes, the number above the giant skeleton changes as well. It's most peculiar and very, very, very strange. So when you're in battle, what you can do is notice the number above your opponent's creatures and see if those creatures are bigger or stronger than you. So if, for example, you're in a battle and all of your creatures are level 6, so all your creatures have a little number 6 floating above them in the little square. If this is happening to you and you're in battle and suddenly you see that on the other side of the battle, they all have 13 on them, well, the only thing to do is just stop. There's no point in playing because all their creatures are way, way stronger and tougher than yours and you actually don't stand a chance. So if you're ever in battle and you notice that somebody on the other side who you're battling with has creatures that are a higher level than you, the best thing to do is just stop playing. Just swipe the app upwards if you're on your telephone and then just stop and then go into another battle and wait for somebody who has lower level numbers. It's the safest option really, because if they have very, very high numbers and you have very low numbers, it's all over. There's no point. You're out. I'm very sorry to say. So during this first lesson, we've just done some very, very brief discussions. I've done a very little bit of a discussion about the very funny little purple bar along the bottom. So the purple bar is the elixir bar, and it has numbers from 1 to 10. Now, when it's 10 and it bit flashes, it says your elixir bar is full, your elixir bar is full. So then it's a very good idea to get one of your people out into battle because it doesn't get any bigger elixirs. And this is actually this has a very strange name as well. This is called the leaking of the elixirs. So if you notice your elixir bar is on 10 and it starts flashing and saying, oi, get a move on, send somebody into battle, then that's very, very bad. Because your opposition, they might be waiting for their elixir bar to fill up and yours is just flashing and it's full. So what you've got to do then, if it starts flashing is, I've been told anything, just get any of the little soldiers out, get them out, and then the elixirs can build up and you can send other soldiers out. So that's the elixir bar, and the number on the left shows you how much elixirs you have. That was the first one. The second big secret I've revealed, so these are 3 secrets I'm revealing to you today. The second very, very, very big secret that I've revealed to you is that floating above all of your creatures, was that the second or the third secret? Maybe it's just 2 secrets. We have the elixir bar and I can't remember. So anyway, so then the second very, very good secretive thing was that when your people go, when your people go into battle, they have a little number above them, and that number, very secretively, that number is the how level they are, if they're very over-leveled or if they're just under-leveled or if they're just the right level for that arena. So what you'll find sometimes is that you'll go in and somebody will be much bigger level than you and then you will lose. So it's not really your fault, it's just they're cheating. So some people do cheat. Not me, of course, I never cheat. So there we have it. We have the elixir bar and something else that I think I've forgotten. Yes, there are numbers everywhere in this game. Yes, also, yes, in your cards. Yes, that's a very good point. When you get your creatures, they have that was the second secret. They have a little number, and that's their elixir number. Now, if you get all creatures with a very big elixir number, it's a very difficult game because you can only put 2 of those in, and then you have to just wait a long, long time before you can go into battle. So the very first secret was the elixir bar at the bottom. And the second secret that not many people know about at all as well is that each creature has its own elixir little number. So it has an elixir number. So it's the 2 elixir things. And then thirdly was the level number. And I've recently heard as well that if the people on your team, they have a different colour, level bar than the opposition team. So the opposition, don't tell anybody because they might not know this. The opposition has a red bar, I think, and your people will have a blue bar, or the other way around. I can't remember very well, actually. But it's very, very important that you find out this information for yourself sometimes. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to call it quits with this little recording and just hope it all recorded very well. And then we're going to go in. I'm going to make little videos to help you understand how important it is with the elixirs and how I just want to make sure it's all recording. Hello, are you recording? Hello. I can't see how long it is because I don't have my spectacles on. I think it's been about 9 minutes. It's a 9-minute videos we're going to make. So what we'll do is we're going to make little videos about the numbers, the secretive numbers that not many people know about. So you're very, very lucky that I've been able to instruct you about the elixir bar numbers and the numbers of the creatures as elixirs, and also with the level numbers, because the level numbers you've got to pay attention to. Because do remember, if somebody is playing you and they have things at much bigger level, you might as well just stop. It's very important. So thank you very much once again for tuning into Mr Peeky Reveals the Secrets of Clash Royale.